And like how serious this is, like I guess the natural progression of this conversation just goes to, will he end up on campus at Memphis? And right now I'm betting overwhelmingly no. I mean, I don't know how because one, he's not going to be on campus with this case still pending. And I think if you have 5 felony counts in the state of California for a gun crime, the most strict gun state in America, like gun laws, I mean, this is going to be lingering for some time going forward. And if he does beat it or get it dropped, which I don't know, I'm not sure if that's really, and even if that does happen,
like you're saying, how quickly
could
that possibly happen?
The only way he ends up on campus is if it gets dropped completely within the next 2 to 3 months.
Yeah,
then he could end up on campus. Yeah, but I like that. That seems like I mean,
that
a overwhelming underdog.
Yeah,
as far as we're concerned,
that does not seem likely.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. And and here's the thing: if you're Memphis, if you're the University of Memphis, seeing like all of the Brandon Miller stuff, seeing all of the discussion around that, and I think that's a different situation too altogether. But you see all this stuff. Do you want to be the university that just lets things slide like that, or do you want to cut ties with that person immediately? And they're well within their rights to nullify that.
Yeah,
move away from that, space themselves, distance themselves from Mikey Williams if that is ultimately what they choose to do. Do you want to be known as sort of, if I feel like I know Penny, I feel like he wants to try to be there for the kid at the moment until he gathers more information on the situation. But as a university, you have to make decisions relatively quickly about what you want to be known for. And I'm sure as they do not want to be known for
or associated with it,
having someone on campus with felony counts charged to them.
You might have said this a few minutes ago, but Christian, what do you think needs to happen for Mikey because a decision is going to have to be made very quickly, right? Like it's in a matter of a month or 2 months, a decision needs to be made because transfer portal's closing. A lot of decisions need to be made in terms of roster. What do you think needs to happen in the next month or two for the university, the administration, the coaching staff, for them to be able to come out and say with a straight face, we're bringing Mikey Williams to this school?
Yeah, I mean, I think what Gabe said, the charges would have to be dropped. Like, it would have to be like, oh, it wasn't him.
Yes.
It wasn't him.
Somehow
it wasn't him. Yeah. He's been found fully not guilty. Yes, and he was not associated. He was not there on the night that this happened, and this didn't happen, which we know with him being arrested that is probably pretty far-fetched.
And within his lawyer's statement, it says there was unwanted guests within the home. You know how believable it is that in Mikey Williams' home that he owns, he had unwanted guests and he was coming out and maybe he thought in his brain maybe protecting his house or he was trying to chase people off. It's so believable that this type of thing could have happened if they were unwanted,
1,000%.
unneeded guests.
Yeah.
So like the story in itself just doesn't sound far-fetched at all.
Right.
Again, he gets his day in court. He gets to go through due process and deal with these things. But I mean, for Memphis's sake, you just have to decide. I mean, like,
is it worth it?
You have to move quick on things like this most of the time. Because once you gather enough information, you have to decide pros, cons, what's going to happen. And I think in a lot of situations, we've seen just historically, if you have enough talent, people will look past things. But this particular instance, young guy coming to campus, 18 years old, I don't know if you can look past something like this.